Welcome back to the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by Pipe Wrench. Winter weather is no time for a heating or plumbing emergency. But if you have one, make sure Pipe Wrench is the company you call. Same-day service guaranteed, or the visit is free. They're the highest-rated plumbing and HVAC company in East Tennessee to boot. PipeWrench.com to learn more. Plumbing, heating, cooling, they do it all. Pipe Wrench. All right, back with the guys, including Chuck Cavalaris, who's over at the Thanksgiving Kiddies table. We've rolled you. I wanted to do a little different shot. I didn't want you to have to stand over there the whole time. But Chuck, you've already marked the board.
Yes.
Tell us where you set the line for Tennessee, Mississippi State this week.
Well, I probably gave this one a little bit of a Chucky C-note booster shot. Get it up to like 16. Going on the road, this Mississippi State team, I watched their whole game yesterday. They're really offensive challenge to me. They're like Tennessee was a few years ago. That defense,
last
rebounding. Year. Yeah, last year. So, and the last time they played just over a year ago, Tennessee wins 70-59. I kind of factored that in a little bit. I think Tennessee scores a little bit more, keeps them right around that number, 59, 60, something like that.
All right, he's got Tennessee minus 16. I did want to use a line. I don't know if you used this on the radio. We were talking about Tennessee's offense in basketball last year, and you said it looked like Iowa's football offense this year. I thought that was a perfect explanation. Josh, Tennessee minus 16.
So I think very highly of where this Tennessee basketball team is right now, but going back on the road, I have less confidence in their shooting and how they'll perform offensively. So I would go with the Mississippi State side.
Yeah, I'll take Mississippi State as well. Tennessee's due a bad shooting performance beyond the arc. Tennessee by 9 is what I think this will be.
It's on the road. They've got a good defense. I'm taking Mississippi State as well. Will.
I'll take Tennessee. It won't be sunshine on basketball.
There you go.
Minus 16 for the football guys.
It's Magnolia. You're sticking to the Magnolia State where you're from.
That's right.
All right. Thank you, Chuck. And I want to let's put up a graphic here if we've got this about the college football playoffs. One last playoff in this current setup with 4 teams. The SEC's won 6. The ACC with Clemson has won 2. Ohio State won 1 for the Big Ten. Big 12 doesn't have any. Pac-12 didn't have any, but they could actually win this. If Washington wins, that league will get a national championship right as it collapses in on itself.
Wow.
But quick takes. Michigan versus Washington.
Washington.
Is that who you're for?
That's what I'm for. Yeah, I think Washington's going to win. Yeah.
I think Michigan. I saw that defensive line. I think that's going to be too strong for Washington.
Washington's really got to be able to pass protect. After what I saw Washington did against Alabama, I think Michigan's on a roll. I mean, Michigan did against I think Michigan's on a roll.
Now, their offensive line just won the award, right?
Yeah.
Washington's offensive line.
And Michael Penix, that was a heck of a show the other day that he put on against Texas. But Michigan's been good all year. I think it's Michigan's year. I go with them.
I think that I'll take Washington. I think Michigan can get there. I think Penix can get the ball out. We saw him do that against Texas. I think that'll be the difference maker. Washington wins.
I love what Washington's done. I think they're a great story. It would be very fitting if the Pac-12 turns out the lights with the national championship trophy. But in college football, it'd also be fitting if the head coach that's been suspended for half the season wins the title as well. So I'll go with Michigan.
All right, so that gives us this is perfect. This gives us time for the real topic I wanted to discuss here. You had a Big Ten team in Michigan beat an SEC team in Alabama. You had a Big Ten soon-to-be team in Washington beat an SEC soon-to-be team in Texas. So neither of the SEC teams are in it. You got 2 teams that are basically going to be Big Ten. Is that a good thing or a bad thing for Tennessee? You know, we always talk about Tennessee's aided by the SEC. We asked a couple of weeks ago, do you pull for SEC or against SEC teams? Do you think that helps or hurts Tennessee on the recruiting trail that 2 SEC teams aren't there? Because you can see it either way. One, you're not going to win the national championship this year, so does that hurt you as a league? But the other side of it is, are you aided by the fact that Alabama and Texas can't go around recruiting with a national title this year? Is it good or bad that the SEC is out of the title game if you're a Tennessee fan?
I think a 1 year out is a good thing. I think if this was all of a sudden next year the SEC's not in it, next year, then that hurts you as a league and hurts you as a team. I think 1 year the other teams aren't out in it. This doesn't, everybody's still talking. SEC's not in it. It's a big thing. If it becomes not a big thing, then it's a problem.
Agree completely. Quickly, what do you guys think?
I totally agree with what he said.
Marlon?
I would disagree. I would say that, on a recruiting trail, you want to say, hey, I need you to go help me beat this team that just won a national championship. I think we're a piece away. That all fabricated. So I would say no.
All right, Will asked a question here. I'm going to change it up on you guys. We only got about a minute left. Will asked a question here. He wanted to see the ratings for this game to see, do SEC fans not watch because there's not an SEC team in it? Are they huge football fans that are going to watch the national championship game, or do you think they take a hit because the Southeast is not engaged this week? What do you think happens in the ratings, Josh?
I think a slight hit. I still think it'll be a big number.
Yeah.
They're starting a little bit earlier, which helps with the East Coast. But I think the SEC would have helped.
No, I think the numbers will be great. I think it'll be massive. Remember the numbers you put out about the top watch games this year in college football? Not a lot of SEC games, but a whole lot of Michigan and a whole lot of Washington.
Yeah, tons of them. Going to be interesting. I do think. Well, let me ask you this too: who are you pulling for? I'm for Washington. I think Michigan
Penix,
wins it,
yeah.
but I'm for Penix, who could have been at Tennessee. Tennessee
he's a great
didn't
story.
want him. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
But I'm for Washington. Who are you for? You got a rooting interest?
I do not. Best storyline that provides me radio content the next day.
I won't watch it because, I mean, Michigan's going to win it, and then they're going to have an asterisk or have to revoke it. So, I mean, kind of one of those things, right? Just let the team that's going to win that's not going to have to do that.
I don't have a problem with some teams spying. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. All right. Guys, thank you very much.
I'm rooting for a good game.
Yeah, appreciate all you guys. Thank you very much. Thanks to you. Thanks to our sponsors. We'll see you right back here live next Sunday on WATE 6. Thanks to our crew. They always do a great job for us. See you next week.